Potomac departure 118.905, Aviate 320.
Your flight is about to begin.
Aviate 320, surface wind calm. Clear takeoff runway 1.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 1, Aviate 320.
All right, clear for takeoff. Here we go.
Clear for takeoff. In the professional world, at major airlines, the way pilots learn to fly is through simulator training. They have fixed-base trainers like the one you see behind me.
You're up.
The simulators that we train in, whether it's a fixed base or the full flight simulators, are extremely realistic. In fact, there are many times when we are in flight and there might be multiple things going on in a real flight, and the two pilots will turn to each other and say, this is just like being in the simulator.
Reset transponder, squawk 3021.
Aviate 320, squawk 3021. ECAM.
We got an engine 1 fire. Land ASAP. All right, so we got an engine fire 1. I'll take care of the ECAM. You have control. We'll declare emergency. What's our nearest suitable airport, though, before we get any further with that?
Let me see how far Philadelphia is.
We're about 160 from Kennedy. That's a little far.
Yeah, Philadelphia is 63 miles away.
That's good. You agree with that?
I do.
All right, let's plan on Philly. You can declare an emergency. We'll go to Philly. Engine failure, fire, flap control problem, which we've experienced all of these in the Sierra 320 machine over there. And the interaction between the two is phenomenal because there's a lot going on, so you have control.
Okay, I have control. I have the radios.
All right.
Washington Center, Aviate 320, declaring an emergency. We have an engine fire.
Aviate 320, roger your emergency. Aviate 320, state intentions.
Aviate 320, request diversion to Philadelphia.
Adding different maydays and scenarios where there are emergencies, or what are the pilots actually training in these environments? Well, they're training these out of the ordinary situations.
320, cleared to Philadelphia International Airport. Fly heading 040.
With inclement weather, with go-arounds, with emergency, unexpected landings where they divert to somewhere they weren't anticipating.
Descend to 5,000, Aviate 320.
Okay, I heard 040 heading down to 5,000.
What we've done is we've introduced a very easy level. So they're easy to talk to ATC, the noise isn't too bad, they're used to what they've been operating in. And as you go through a series of exercises, that volume increases. And we're doing exercises with the devices where they're flying into the busy airports. So without them really realizing, we're upping the ante every time. So we're introducing more aircraft. So it's harder and harder to make contact. So they get more used to that, and they understand then the need to try and jump in and get your space. That was something they never had before, and that was something the airline saw as a weakness.
We're able to save the training center's money, the airline's money, and get the students through training quicker and in a way that makes them more comfortable when they sit in the right seat of a cockpit.
The ASTA Unified Comm solution integrates several different communication elements such as civilian and military radios, phone systems, and other devices into a single user interface.
You can use our system to keep all of your operators connected regardless of the endpoint they're in front of, whether they have a cell phone on them, a walkie-talkie, a police scanner, a commercial radio, a military radio. Our system allows you to unify all of that communication so that everyone can stay connected when they need to stay connected.
Medevac flights use VHF, UHF radios. The local fire department on the ground uses a talk group-based radio system. Those two systems do not talk to each other, but for the last 100 feet, when the medevac flight is coming in, it needs to be guided to the ground by the fire department.
Range is Mach, be advised, you'll have a medevac flight inbound.
You can use boom microphones, you can use David Clark aviation style headsets, you can use common USB peripherals that you can get at Best Buy or other online stores.
So you may have a range located on the East Coast. It's got its coverage zone for UHF radios, VHF radios, landlines, and so forth. And then you have a different site that's maybe on the West Coast, located elsewhere. Again, they have radios on that range, all within line of sight, UHF, VHF. Everyone on the East Coast can talk, everyone on the West Coast can talk, but those two sites are disconnected. We can connect a unified comm system at each one of those locations and then bridge them through a private network or over the internet through a VPN tunnel. Mark 1, Mark 2, come in.
We also have a recording system that captures all of the radio traffic broken out by individual asset. It also captures all of the operator action. So each operator, everything that they said, everything that they heard is part of the recording archive. And then you zoom in to the particular time frame that you're interested in. You can expand out and look at all radios or choose an individual radio. And then you zoom into the time frame. When you find the area of interest, you can play it back. And then you can also download that audio segment for either debrief or after action review or simply for training purposes.
Our customers have a variety of different audio interface devices and challenges. And to meet those challenges, we have a variety of devices which we can provide.
The company's been in business for over 25 years doing distributed audio solutions, live radio integration, and remote control integration.
We have a proven track record on the commercial and the military side.
Your flight is about to begin. Radio check.
Not every pilot that's born in the United States speaks English as their native language is going to use the exact same carbon copy phraseology every time. Glasgow ground, Aviate 320, request clearance to Manchester.
20, stand by. Aviate 320, clear to Manchester Airport, Level 1 hotel departure, then as filed, squawk 3017.
Aviate 320, cleared to Manchester, Norbo 1 hotel departure, as filed, squawk 3017.
Aviate 320, read back correct.
When I fly into foreign countries, both Europe and South America, sometimes it's not always easy to understand what ATC is telling me. And Sarah has an option where you can change the ATC that Sarah is using to a specific accent from Europe or South America, and it can help train pilots that might be from the United States that speak English as their first language to learn how to understand a French accent or a German accent or a Brazilian accent or a Mexican accent, just to make things a little bit easier. Glasgow Tower, Aviate 320, ready for takeoff, runway 23.
Aviate 320, surface wind calm, clear takeoff runway 23.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 23, Aviate 320.
The radios are jam-packed full. I mean, in many of our world's airports, you can't get a word in, and sometimes with Sarah, you can't get a word in. So it's really important, I think, and I think the students are going to see the benefits of this. I think the airlines are going to have better qualified students, but I think the students are going to be really excited to be able to use a product like this and be able to communicate and practice these things before they get in the real-world cockpit.
There are going to be slight variations, and if Sarah can pick up on those slight variations, then it will be a huge training tool.